An organisation model or an operating model is a tool that organisation designers and developers, others involved in changing and improving their organisations can use to ensure that they're considering their organisations holistically. We're thinking about the different elements in an organisation and how those elements interact. And also, these models are useful to create a shared language inside an organisation. So when people talk with others about the organisation, they're all coming from the same place. So there's a number of very well known, very well used organisation models, including McKinsey's 7S, Jay Galbraith's STAR model, the Burke-Litwin model, David Nadler's congruence model, and a few others. But most of those have been around for some time, and the world of work has changed completely, meaning that a lot of these models really aren't that fit for today's world. There's a number of problems with them. So firstly, they tend not to be dynamic. What I mean by that is they either focus on change management, so looking at the different activities that organisations can undertake in order to create different outcomes. Or they focus on business excellence, so on the outcomes, the different elements in an organisation to ensure that they fit and align with each other well. What they don't do is help understand how organisations can undertake activities in order to create the outcomes that they need. And that's one of the things which the Organization Prioritization Model, the OPM, does. Secondly, a lot of these models give far too much attention to structure. Structure is one of the elements of really any organisation model, but it tends not to be a very important one. It's fairly difficult to get much transformation just by changing the structure, and yet that's the thing that most models and most organisation designers focus on, and it shouldn't be. So the OPM pushes back a focus on structure until we've considered some more important things. Thirdly, a lot of the other models don't focus enough on some things which are really important in today's business world. And in particular, I'd emphasise the role of social relationships. So particularly in terms of McKinsey's 7S, today that really needs to be an 8S model. It needs to include social relationships because relationships are so important in today's world. So the Organisation Prioritization Model to me is more effective than those other models because of those things. It includes 4 core elements of an organisation, which I suggest are the infrastructure, including the superstructure, the structure I've just been talking about. It includes the work processes that helps the organisation operate, and it also includes the people and the relationships between them. It then looks at a number of different groups that relate to those core elements. So those are the functional groupings, the project teams, communities and networks, and it helps link those two things together so that organisations can prioritise the type of structure that they may need depending upon which of those elements are the most important to them. To me, it's a best fit model for the new world of work. And I'd recommend people to check it out.